Hello guys, good evening and welcome back once again to another SJ Traders Academy Crypto Market Live session. Today is the 16th of August and it's the third day of the trading week. And before I start, just a short disclaimer. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Whatever buying, selling recommendation for tonight, please do your due diligence before investing into any kind of asset. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, you can see my screen. Kindly type one in the chat box. All right, so great. So I believe you guys are well versed with crypto, or some of you guys who are still new in crypto. So of course, for those of you who are new in the crypto market space, welcome. And of course, this year will be a lucky year for you guys. As you know, timing, positioning is very important. So as you know that this year, the SEC have finally delayed another Bitcoin ETF. Okay, so the market have given a clarity by the SEC, right, mentioning about delay, right, and they most likely they will approve the Bitcoin ETF most likely by early of 2024, which is most likely on January. So this is an important thing to take note on the timeline on the Bitcoin Spot ETF. Why Bitcoin Spot ETF is the big deal here and is a game changer for crypto. So here, with a maximum of 240-day window available to the SEC to delay crypto ETF applications, some firms could wait up until March 2024 next year. But of course, according to ARK Invest by KP Wood, they are actually the leading indicator right now for the spot ETF, as their due date falls on the 10th of January next year. So they might be the first one, okay, to approve the spot ETF by the SEC. Okay, so you can see here, the Security Commission, the financial regulator, will the final say over allowing a spot crypto exchange traded fund, also known as ETF, maybe moving closer to giving the investment vehicle the green light after several years of application. Okay, and then here you can see BlackRock also is one of them. So as you know that BlackRock has a high rate of approval between 90 to 25%. So whenever BlackRock files anything, right, even the previous ETF also got approved. So right now they're actually filing for another Bitcoin spot ETF, right? And of course, at the moment right now, the SEC is bringing forward next year. So next year, most likely might get approved. There's a high chance we'll get approved, but not this year. Okay, so BlackRock is one of many firms with crypto ETF applications in the SEC pipeline. Okay, so back then we have also ARK Invest. Okay, filed to list is ARK 21 share spot Bitcoin ETF on May 2023 and received the most recent delay from the SEC on August 11. So the last delay was on the 13th of August. Okay, so SEC decided to push or to postpone, okay, to postpone every single ETF. Okay, so that's the whole reason why the Bitcoin spot ETF here is a big deal. Because once the spot ETF is approved, like I said, it will open the floodgates to many, not only to the financial institution, but to retail and to the public. Okay, so that's the reason why we're moving here. Okay, we're moving into this slide. So this is the chart here. As you know that ARK Invest is currently the leading indicator now because they are the first hedge fund to actually apply for the Bitcoin spot ETF. So this is the second deadline has been declined by the SEC on the 13th of August. Okay, so SEC have postponed all this ETF to next year. So all these second and third deadline, right? Second deadline, I think most likely will get postponed, will not be approved. Right? You can see we have BlackRock, Bitwise, WenAct. There's so many of these big firms now most likely to get postponed. And if you look at 2024, okay, so 2024 here you can see who is the first one to be viewed is ARK Invest, okay, on the 10th of January here. So ARK Invest will get the first leading indicator by the SEC, okay, and most likely ARK Invest might get approved. So what happens when ARK Invest Bitcoin spot ETF get approved? You can see one by one, sooner or later, it will get approved as well. Okay, so you can see this is a third deadline, also falls on the 2024. It's on 15th of January here. So second most likely will be BlackRock, then followed by Bitwise. So this will be a domino effect once SEC approve the spot ETF, and it's very, very important. So that brings you guys to crypto and why you guys are here. Okay, because I believe this coming cycle, which is the Bitcoin bull run or the halving, will be much greater compared to the last 3 cycles that I've been through. Okay, so the 2 cycles will not be so significant compared to this round. This round will be more. As you can see, we will be having a first Bitcoin spot ETF approval. So this will actually bring in more effect into the market. And most likely you'll be receiving a lot of life-changing gains from here. So that's the reason why you should be early here to accumulate, to buy and accumulate, especially this year, so that you can be able to prepare yourself for next year Bitcoin halving. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm highlighting all this, is for you guys to see for yourself what is really happening in the current market, in the current crypto market outlook. Okay, so this is the Bitcoin spot ETF timeline. Okay, very, very important. So you just mark this date, 10th of January. So 10th of January next year, okay, this could be a life-changing event. And most likely even before 10th of January, most likely you might want to stand by and accumulate. Okay, instead of waiting for 10th of January, when the price of Bitcoin and the crypto market starts to rally, and then you want to go in. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you are prepared, well prepared before this thing happens. So you have roughly about 4 months till now till end of this year, right? So about roughly about 4 months from now, okay, to start accumulating. You are running out of time, right? I've been mentioning since last year as well in my webinar every Wednesday. 2023 is a year of accumulation. It's time to plant your seed so that next year, 2024, is time for you to harvest. Okay, so this is a timing, positioning, and timing is very important. Okay, so that's the whole idea here. Now, moving on next. Okay, so how to know if you guys are early or late in this cycle, in this crypto market. So for you guys, I believe some of you guys are new, some of you guys who are very senior, who are OG in this market. Okay, so you can see here, this is the Bitcoin and the adoption S curve. All right, so this in order for you to know which level are we in right now? Are we a pioneer, or are we considered late in the market? So in this S curve adoption, right, when people ask us if Bitcoin is digital gold, here's what we tell them. You can see here, Bitcoin was designed to behave like digital currency, but has evolved to behave like a store of value. So it's like a safe haven asset. Okay, it's a storage of value. Okay, so like gold, Bitcoin is rare, uniform, universally accepted, easily divisible, and impervious to decay, rot, or spoiling. So that's why they have a limited supply of 21 million of Bitcoin. So if you send a Bitcoin to someone, or if you send wrongly, that's where your Bitcoin will get burned, right? So it's unable to trace or to recall back. Okay, so overall you can see here, this is the Bitcoin S-curve adoption. All right, where are we right now, right? So currently we are at the early majority. So consider ourselves very, very early. Okay, even we have already passed about 2 bull market cycle. I would say 3 bull market cycle. Okay, 2013, 2017, and then the 2020 bull run, 3 cycle already. We have passed and we are still at the early majority. So you can see here, we are still considered early, right? So why I'm highlighting this is to know that you are still a pioneer, okay? And of course, the amount of gains that you are going to earn in crypto market is very a lot. There is still a lot of opportunity for you to reap the rewards compared to other asset class like stock market. Okay, stock market, you can see most of the companies are already at a peak or saturation. So you cannot make that kind of life-changing gains, okay, compared to crypto. So crypto, you can only put a little bit, a small amount. You can risk a small amount to gain life-changing gains. That is the reason why we are here. Okay. All right. So this is the S-curve adoption. So the S-curve breaks global adoption into stages along the growth cycle. Innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. So what happens when the Bitcoin spot ETF were to approve? Okay. All right. When the Bitcoin spot ETF to be approved, most likely we might jump up maybe to late majority. Why I think that? Because the price most likely to be saturated. Okay, it is already open to public. Okay, everyone knows about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So that's where we will get a peak or saturation. And that's where we will hit to late majority, where most likely Bitcoin price start to settle down, where we won't see much volatility as before. So this is a time where we really, really want to get in before the Bitcoin spot ETF to be approved. Okay, so this is the S-curve adoption, very, very important. And then here you can see Bitcoin is 12 years young, and it's much earlier along this curve than gold, which has been a laggard for millennia. Okay, so later we will compare between Bitcoin and gold. Why is it important, and why Bitcoin and why gold spot before the spot ETF was approved for gold? Okay, you can see the amount of potential. And after, when the spot ETF for gold has been approved, you can see the before and after effect. Okay. All right. So you can see here more than digital gold. Today, if you believe Bitcoin will serve as digital gold, you are in the minority. This is good news for investors because not many can be able to accept. Not many will have an open mind. Many are still thinking that Bitcoin is a scam. Okay. Bitcoin is not a store of value. Bitcoin is internet money. Okay. So yeah, let them think what they want to think. But of course, you can see most of the blue chip companies are actually accumulating a lot, especially like Tesla and MicroStrategy. Okay, they've been accumulating, I think, every single month. Okay, so this is a time where you want to really start looking into crypto, especially for this year as well. Pay attention on the narrative, on what's really happening in the crypto market space, right? There are many news as well that is ongoing. But of course, in crypto, also you'll be influenced by FUD, right? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So that's where you want to be careful on what's really happening. Okay, so understand S-curve adoption. Where are we right now? We are in early majority. Okay, we are still new here. So there are nothing to be afraid because I've been in the last 2 cycles. Okay, so this will be my 3rd cycle coming in for next year as well. So all in, all prepared, okay, for 2024. So now I'm actually helping you guys to actually see what are the opportunities that is coming ahead of you. Okay, and how you can be able to navigate during this time. And of course, before and after the spot ETF were to approve as well. Okay, so this is the S-curve adoption. Now, moving on next, you can see here. Okay, so this is the overall total asset class in terms of return since 2011 till now. Okay, so that's about how many years here? Right, about 13 years, right? About 12 years. Okay, so you can see the leading asset class is definitely Bitcoin, right? Since 2021, Bitcoin has gained about 1,473%. Okay, but till to date, as for now, for this year, it's about 75%, 75.4%. Okay, so with an annualized return rate from 2011 to 2023 is about 149% per annum. Okay, so Bitcoin is one of the leading indicator or leading asset class in terms of profit. Okay, so you can see you have outbeat every single asset class, including gold as well. So that's the reason why many, especially millennials, tend to go into digital asset or digital currency. Okay, so these are the comparison. Okay, on what is the expectation, right, from 2011 till now. Okay, so far you guys understand. So if you not understand, feel free to type in the chat box. And of course, I have some house rules as well. So if you have any question that you want to ask me, feel free to put in the chat box. And after the session, I will answer the question. Okay, and probably after the session, you can able to unmute yourself. All right, so this is the overall market outlook and the total earnings. Okay, so now moving on next, you can see here. All right, so this is the gold. Okay, gold ETF when it's approved. What happened to gold when it's approved? The spot ETF will to approve. Okay, so when you can see here, Bitcoin. Okay, this is gold. So gold spot ETF was approved on when? 1st of November 2004. Okay, so 2004 gold ETF approved. And then what happened? You can see 346% increase from there on. Okay, all right. So you can see here, the bullion soared by nearly 350% between 2004 and 2011. So how many years was that? About 7 years. 7 years period, the gold price went up to about 350%. So during that period, the price of gold skyrocketed from around $450 right up to 1820. So there's about 350%, right, in August 2011, making an increase to a whopping of 346%. So you can see right now, where is Bitcoin right now? So Bitcoin is on the verge of being approved. Okay, if BTC gets approved for this Bitcoin spot ETF at $30,000, so we might take a gold comparison at about 343%. That would take Bitcoin to about 138,000. Okay, if the Bitcoin spot ETF were to approve. So that's the reason why is it so important for the spot ETF to approve. Okay, this is a game changer, and this most likely will be the greatest cycle compared to other previous bull market cycle in the crypto history. Okay, so you are benchmarking gold itself. Okay, 346% here. Okay, what's more with Bitcoin, with the utility itself as a store of value with limited supply. Compared to gold, gold do not have a limited supply. It is all depending on the natural resources. Whatever that you can able to dig on the ground, it will continue to dig. All right, but Bitcoin have a limited supply of 21 million only. So that's the reason why Bitcoin is so scarce at the moment. Okay, this is the comparison. Okay, this is the comparison. Then if you look here, right? So this is the Bitcoin. This is the overall crypto market cap. Okay, this is the global market cap. So you can see here, gold is actually the leading market cap at the moment with a 12.76 trillion. Okay, trillion, this is T. Okay, second in line is Apple, 2.79. But if you look at Bitcoin, where's Bitcoin right now? So Bitcoin is only about 565 B, half a trillion. So how many miles away ahead of gold? 12.6 you divide by half, probably about 11 times from here. Okay, about 11 times or 11 or 12 times. So you can see the potential is huge for Bitcoin as we are still early majority, right? The S-curve adoption. So you can see Bitcoin is only 12 years young, but you look at the market cap, it is still low, okay? 565 B only. So imagine if the spot ETF were to prove and to go all the way to a market cap of gold, which is 12.76. If Bitcoin right now were to jump all the way to 12.76 and to be as compete as gold, that will take Bitcoin to about 500,000, okay, for one Bitcoin. So you can see the amount of potential, okay, for Bitcoin once the spot ETF were to approve. Okay, that's the reason why you're still early. And it's a good opportunity for you guys to actually look into crypto. Okay, not only about Bitcoin, but of course here we will explain more on altcoin as well. The smaller coins will also gain much momentum once Bitcoin takes its flight up. Okay, and then you can see the smaller coins will start to rally. Okay, all right. So this is the total crypto market, the total asset market cap. Okay, so this is all based on ranking. So at the moment right now, gold is still leading. Okay, gold is still leading. So I think most likely by next year, January, okay, I think Bitcoin most likely can be able to jump maybe top 5. Okay, with the amount of money coming in, and then from the financial institution, from the retail, and of course public. Once the spot ETF were to approve, most likely Bitcoin may have a chance to go at least to challenge for 1 trillion very easily. Right now it's only half a trillion. Okay, so you can see the floodgates is about to open. Right, next year the confirmation is there, the clarity is on. Okay, and then of course very important also to take note. Okay, what's up with BlackRock? Why is BlackRock so important? Why BlackRock can also be a game changer for the Bitcoin spot ETF? Okay, so BlackRock is actually a hedge fund in the United States. Okay, they have a asset under management of $9 trillion. Okay, they are also they are very powerful in the sense that they are more powerful than the US Federal Reserve, than the US government, or any politician around the world. So they control the media. I think they control most of the companies. Okay, so that's the reason why BlackRock, all right, is one of the largest asset manager. Okay, for approval of a Bitcoin spot ETF with the Security Commission is the biggest story in crypto market today. Okay, so first thing to take note is that BlackRock applied for a spot ETF, not a futures ETF. So you have to understand what's the difference between spot and futures. So futures ETF is more to speculation where you trade on the market, where you think that the market will go up, so you buy or you long. If you think that the Bitcoin price were to go down, then you do short. That is called futures ETF. That is speculation. What we want is a spot ETF. So spot ETF is safe. It's the underlying asset itself. That is the reason why SEC do not want to approve. Right? It's buying time so that the Wall Street traders or the Wall Street people can able to accumulate more. So you can see behind the scene, they're actually delaying it so that the financial institutions can able to accumulate more along the way. That's the whole reason why it's been delaying. Okay, so yeah, overall you can see BlackRock is also another game changer for the spot ETF as well. Okay, and of course right now you can see the market, okay, have given its clarity itself, and that's where we're going to see an exciting journey ahead for January 2024. Okay, so moving on next, you can see here the halving. So the halving will happen on the 17th of April. Okay, 17th of April, that is another 8 months from now. Okay, 8 months from now, this is a preparation, 244 days. but you only have about 4 months left to accumulate till end of this year, because you don't want to accumulate once the Bitcoin spot ETF to approve on the 10th of January. Okay, so benchmark your time from now till December 31st, or probably end of December, to start looking into the opportunity of buying and holding altcoins. Okay, this is where you want to make life-changing gains. This is where you're going to see a lot of people retire early. Like for myself as well, I've already retired from the last cycle. So I will share with you a short story, especially for last cycle. Last cycle was the crypto, was the COVID period on 2020. Okay, COVID 2020, that's where I literally sold my car for Bitcoin. Okay, on the June of 2020, I sold my car for Bitcoin. Immediately, whatever profits I sold from the car, I just dump it into Bitcoin, and I never look back. I think that's one of the best investment that I made. And of course, turning 30,000 into 1.2 million in the span of one year to 1.5 year for this altcoin season or this bull run. That is the life-changing gains. Okay, this is one of the life-changing gains that you can able to get it as well. So this is what I'm sharing with you guys. Okay, this is what I'm sharing based on experience, right? Based on what I did. Okay, and of course, this is a time when you want to also start to accumulate and to also reap the rewards next year as well. Because time is really running out. We have another 244 days left. Okay, so this is the Bitcoin halving. Halving halves every 4 years. Okay, so your production will reduce by half, and then your mining reward block also will reduce by half. So in this coming 2024 halving, the reward will drop from 6.25 to 3.125. So the miners will receive lesser, half of the reward when they do mining. So that's the reason why it could also cause a price surge, right, in the long run. Okay, so this is the market outlook. Now moving on next to the global crypto market outlook. Currently, we are hovering around 1.15 trillion, everything included, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins. Currently, Bitcoin is currently hovering around 29K. Okay, so down about 0.98% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum down about 1.05, right? Currently hovering at 1.822. Any gainers for today? Okay, you can see it's a newly launched coin in Binance. You can see here, currently up about, wow, 2,729%. And then this is a new coin. So new coin usually have this kind of upwards momentum, but it's just short term, right? Up about 20%. Chain Rune, also one of our accumulation lists, right? So congratulations for those who hold Chain Rune. Okay, so it's been up about 51% in the last 7 days. Okay, so there are a lot of altcoins also recently rallied. Okay, so any losers for today? I think they are quiet. So we have Terra Luna, okay, 12.49%, GMX 11.31, ApeCoin 11.26. So most of the coins now are taking a breather. And of course, this is a time where we want to look for buying opportunities, buying the dip. Okay, see 9% for Uniswap, Immutable X, 9% also down. So that's where you want to start dollar cost averaging, right? Infinity also down 7.55%. So also is one of our accumulation lists as well. Phantom also is down 7.65, 22 cents at the moment. So these are all opportunities right now. Polygon also down. Okay, so I'll be looking to dive deep into all these altcoins. So now we move into the technical side. So technical side, you can see here for the dominance. So for those of you who don't know what is the Bitcoin dominance all about, Bitcoin dominance is to measure the strength of Bitcoin, whether it's weakening or strengthening. Okay, whether it's weakening or strengthening. So you can see now on the money time frame. So the money time frame, you can see the price dominance is actually uptrend. Because when the crypto market is down, okay, that's where you're going to see the dominance starting to rally again. Okay, so far the price is up. Okay, so the next level of resistance you might look at is 53.13%. Okay, and of course this level as well at the 58.3. But if the dominance were to dig back down, you might look at the buy zone here at the 48.25. Okay, right, moving on next to weekly chart. Weekly also uptrend, momentum, pullback for the entry buy. So far, right now you can see the trend line is still uptrend. Trend is still uptrend for the dominance. So it's very clear that the dominance is still strong. So all eyes on BTC at the moment. Okay, so when Bitcoin dominance is up, mostly altcoins will take a breather, will take a hit. So the smaller coins will have a huge correction compared to BTC. Okay, so if you move on into BTC right now, okay, so where is BTC at the moment? Currently, money time frame. Okay, the monthly chart now currently hovering at 29K. Okay, what we can see now is above the middle band here. So far, we have a candlestick change of direction. That means the market had changed from sell to buy. So most likely there could be a one more round of a pullback, and might see a retest back maybe on this purple line here at the buy zone. So this buy zone will give me around the $28,000, right? Somewhere around here, right? 27K here. Now weekly chart. Okay, you can see the weekly chart, the price closing inside the Bollinger Band. That means lack of steam to push towards the upside. So maybe the market is exhausted. Okay, exhausted to push. So maybe you might see another correction again. And then this middle band here is another support where it needs to maintain. Okay, so this level is around 28.7. Failure to maintain, we might look somewhere around here. So this one will be around the 28K, right? The 28K or this lower here at 25.8. Okay, so there could be one scenario there. Looking onto the daily time frame, also you can see. Now we can see there could be a bullish flag pattern here that is playing out now. Okay, but let's see whether or not this flag pattern can able to break towards the upside. So if this thing were to play out very nicely, then you might see a break up. Okay, maybe it might look somewhere here around the 30.8. Okay, if this flag pattern were to play out nicely, you might look at $30,800 here. Okay, for this flag pattern to play out on the daily time frame. So far now it's about to break down. Let's see. Okay, so far overall is still bearish on the 4-hourly time frame. So short term wise is down. Okay, but the bigger time frame is still bullish. So let's say if you're planning to long, you're planning to buy Bitcoin, where is the best place to actually buy your positions? You're able to place your FIBO here. Okay. Okay, and then you can able to see which are the areas here. So the golden ratio will be around here. The golden ratio will be around 29.1K. 0.5 will be around 28.3K. Okay, 28.3K will be next, and then maybe here at 27.4. So these are the zones here that you can be able to target for Bitcoin, your buying position for BTC. Okay, now moving on next to Ethereum. Okay, so you have any question, feel free to put in the chat box. Okay, so I can be able to look into it as well. If any altcoin that you want me to look into, feel free to put in. Okay, so now you can see on Monday also is down. It's below the middle band, closing below the middle band. So which means it's downtrend for Ethereum. Okay, so Ethereum is downtrend, and then your buy zone is here at the purple line here. So this purple line will give you around the 1752, right? 1752 for Ethereum. If the price will be back down here. Now weekly, you can see here, weekly chart. Okay, weekly, you can see the pattern here is doing a M pattern. Okay, M pattern like this. Price closing inside, you can see here. Okay, lower high compared to the previous high. Market lack of steam to push towards the upside. What happened? It breaks towards the downside, breaking below the middle band. So it's considered downtrend. Okay, for Ethereum. So Ethereum is a bit bearish compared to BTC. Then on daily itself, you can see here. So daily now, all the setup is below the middle band. Okay, so consider downtrend, and then this level support also is quite dangerous to maintain. So this 1822 at the moment, it needs to maintain. So if it continues to break lower, so we might look somewhere around this level here to be playing out at the 1753 as the next support. H4, you can see also trend is downtrend. So overall for tonight, crypto market is bearish because I think the expectation is there already. As SEC have already given the approval only on next year. So that's why the market is pricing in on the news. Okay, so we should expect market to be bearish until end of this year. So by January itself, it is well prepared to continue to rally. Okay, that is the expectation for the Bitcoin Spot ETF. Okay, so that's the Ethereum outlook. So moving on next to Ethereum against Bitcoin. So this is to measure whether is the altcoin is strengthening versus Bitcoin, or Bitcoin is more dominant against the altcoins. So far on the monthly time frame, price is below the middle band. So which means it's still downtrend. Okay, it's still downtrend, still bearish for monthly time frame. So the next support might look at the lower BB at 0.05693. Now, weekly time frame also you can see the price is also still downtrend, but you can see this is a descending channel, right? A flat descending channel like this. Okay, it's waiting for a huge breakout. Okay, So whenever you see this flag pattern, there could be a high chance where the market might break towards the upside. There's a high probability where market might break towards the upside. So that's where Ethereum will have an upper hand against Bitcoin, and of course the altcoins will continue to rally from here. But again, we have to see how well is this chart is going to play out. Currently, it's consolidating. So we have this last support to maintain for altcoins. Now, daily time frame, you can see also the price is also still bearish, still downtrend. It's still below the middle band. Okay, it's still bearish, still sideways. H4 trend also is still downtrend. Okay, it's still downtrend. Okay, so this could be a descending channel here. Okay, maybe the price might reverse towards the upside. So let's see. Maybe also to test back on the middle band. Okay. All right. So that is the Ethereum against BTC. So far, no question. So if no question, what I will do is I will continue with my altcoin research so that you guys can be able to see what I'm planning to do. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So let's look into Polkadot. So Polkadot is also one of the altcoin accumulation lists. Okay. Okay, so Polkadot is one of the accumulation lists as well. Okay, and of course, Polkadot is an interoperability cross-chain solution for all networks. So that's why Polkadot is in such a high usage, high utility type of token, where every ecosystem, where every network is depending on Polkadot in terms of transaction, in terms of cross-chain, right? In terms of transacting your whatever coin to another network. That is why Polkadot is here to solve all these issues. So we can see all-time high is at $56. Okay, all-time high is $56. So if we look at the price right now, currently it's down about 91%. Okay, it's down about 91%. Okay, so overall you can see the accumulation is huge. Okay, the risk to reward of buying, the reward is much more higher than the risk because you are at a 91% discount at the moment. Okay, all right, so weekly chart, you can see also the price is also stagnant. Okay, so all these are buying opportunities right now, still below the middle band. Okay, so roughly about less than 2 minutes. So if you want to continue, we will have it another one. Okay, you can able to use back the same link, the same Zoom link. Okay, while we're continuing with the same link again. Okay, so this will be the final support at the 4.5. So if it continues to break the 4.5, okay, it might look at somewhere around here at $4. So $4 could be the last support there for Polkadot. Okay, so here overall on daily itself continue towards the downside. So overall the trend is down for Polkadot. Okay, so overall the trend is down. So everything is down now. Okay, so if you take the setup from daily, okay, use the Fibo line and draw here. Okay, so the next accumulation somewhere around the 4.57 at 0.236 or 4.21. Okay, $4.21. Okay, so anybody wants to continue? Okay, anybody wants to continue? Is there any other question? Okay, I think most of you guys came in, so I will continue the session again. So maybe we will continue one more round. Okay, maybe we'll continue one more round, one more session. Okay, because time is about to run out. So at least you guys can be able to know what's happening. Okay, we'll be using the same thing again. Yeah, okay, so, okay, I will leave and rejoin again. Okay, hold on.